Bob Kaufman was born in 1925 and died in 1986. Born in New Orleans to an African-American family with Caribbean roots, Kaufman's childhood was marked by music and religion. In the 1950s, he moved to San Francisco, where he became a central figure in the alternative literary scene. Along with Allen Ginsberg and others, he helped found Beatitude magazine, which became an important outlet for Beat Generation poetry. He had a turbulent and sometimes troubled life, being arrested, subjected to electroshock therapy, and addicted to drugs. Despite his importance, Kaufman remained an underground figure, living on the fringes of society until his death. His poetry was intensely lyrical, often improvised, reflecting the rhythm of jazz and themes of freedom, spirituality, and social protest. Kaufman was also known for his performative poetry readings, and for a vow of silence he maintained for nearly a decade in response to the social unrest of the time and the death of John F. Kennedy. Among his best-known works are Solitudes Crowded with Loneliness, 1965, and Golden Sardine, 1967. A Communist Manifesto, 1959, a satirical and political poem criticizing social conformity and the Cold War, written in the style of an absurdist manifesto. The Ancient Rain, Poems of 1956 to 1978, published in 1981. A collection that includes some of his best-known works, such as Jail Poems, written during his imprisonment. O Jazz O War Memoir, Jazz, Don't Listen to It at Your Own Risk. Reflects on violence and oppression, mixing references to jazz with social denunciations. Jail Poems. Kaufman was arrested repeatedly, whether for petty offenses, political resistance, or, in some cases, simply for being a black man in public spaces. His prison poetry reflects not only the physical violence of the prison system, but also the mental and social confinement imposed on marginalized bodies. Jail Poems characteristics. Fragmentation. The poems often feel shattered, reflecting the disorientation and disruption caused by imprisonment. Surrealism and jazz. Kaufman incorporates rhythm and improvisation, as if his verses were jazz solos, full of repetition, free association, and syntactical disruptions. Prophetic voice. He blends the personal with the cosmic, sometimes taking on an almost biblical tone. I am sitting in the bottom of the world, like a jailhouse Buddha. Main themes in Jail Poems. Confinement versus freedom. The physical cell becomes a metaphor for racial and existential imprisonment. Solitude and silence. Many poems echo the emptiness of the cell, but also an almost mystical stillness. Resistance. Even in prison, his poetic voice is an act of rebellion, a refusal to be silenced. Intertextual references. Kaufman engages with the black literary tradition, such as Langston Hughes, Buddhism, his search for enlightenment even in chaos, and the beat counterculture, Kerouac, Ginsberg, but always with a singularly black and radical voice.